we are going to measure the frequency response of different type of filters, and then we have to determine from the frequency response we have to determine different parameters like cutoff frequency, bandwidth, etc. So we have different filters like low pass filter, we have band pass filter, we have high pass filter. Not only that, different we have Chebyshev and its counterpart is Butterworth. So we have Chebyshev type of filter, low pass, band pass, high pass, and Butterworth type of filter with its low pass, band pass, and high pass version. Now to measure this frequency response, we will use this type of spectrum analyzer. GSP 810. This is GW Instec Make. First of all, I will show you how to measure it. Okay, and for that, first of all, you have to connect any one of the filters serially. So we can start from low pass filter, Chebyshev type, then we can connect band pass, high pass, etc. Then we will start from Butterworth, etc. But for illustration purpose, we can choose any one of the filters. So let us choose this one. Okay. So let me show you how to connect it. So first of all, you just rotate this thing and it will be connected. Now which one I have connected? See this? This output will be connected to the input side of the filter. Okay, and RF input, TG means tracking generator. This RF input will be connected to the output of the filter. So let me connect it. So connection is over. Now we have to switch on this spectrum analyzer. I will show you the setting of the spectrum analyzer, because in previous occasion or for performing previous experiment, somebody else might have changed the settings. So you need to proper setup for proper measurement. So what we have to do, we are going to measure this filter response up to 1 gigahertz. Okay, so you press this center frequency, and write 500 megahertz is the unit, press enter. So now 500 megahertz is the center frequency. Center frequency means the frequency of this thing at this point. Okay, frequency at this point is the midpoint is 500 megahertz, right? Now you have to adjust the span. Span means per division. This is one division, possibly it is visible now. This is one division. Starting from that, this is one division. So one division means 2 megahertz right now, right? But we want to have a range starting from almost 1 megahertz to 1000 megahertz or 1 gigahertz. So you have to adjust the span. So press span, and then you rotate it up to 100 megahertz per division. Okay, the line voltage is fluctuating. Okay, so 100 megahertz per division, it is visible now, right? So 500 megahertz is the center, 100 megahertz per division is the span, and reference level must be 0 dBm, and resolution bandwidth you can adjust it, but 4 megahertz is sufficient for this particular experiment. Okay. So once we perform the setup of the of this analyzer, we have to switch on the tracking generator. So first press this shift, then this is the tracking generator. So tracking generator is now, the value is off. Okay. Then we have to press this switch to make it on. Once we make this on, we have the frequency response of this particular filter. This is a band pass filter, Chebyshev type. So we are getting this type of response. Actually line voltage is fluctuating, so it is going off. Let me so we got this frequency response. So we have to plot it. Okay, we have to plot this figure, and to plot it we have to press this marker. First of all, we have to take the reading, and to take the reading we have to press this marker. Okay, then we will shift it. Okay, marker is there, so let me enter this 20, right, 20 megahertz, and we are changing the position of the cursor right here. Okay, so marker is here, this is the marker, and if we rotate this dial, the marker will shift. Okay, so right now marker is right here, this is the marker position. Corresponding frequency is 60 megahertz, corresponding power is this. Okay, it is fluctuating because here we have the noise. Okay, so in this way you just rotate this starting from say 20 megahertz. It is sufficient to draw the response from 20 megahertz. 20 megahertz, then you take corresponding frequency, then you rotate this dial, make it 40 megahertz, take the reading, you make it 60 megahertz, you take the reading, and so on. So as you can see that within this region the power, I am just changing it, power is increasing, right, because we are now in this position. So power is now nearly minus 8.2 dBm. Okay, so it will going on like this. Then from this point the power will decrease, it should decrease, so it is decreasing, right. So right now this is the frequency and corresponding power is minus 24 dBm, then it is minus 36 some point something dBm, again we have it is almost minus 44 dBm, and so on. So in this way you change the cursor position using this dial reading, and you take the corresponding frequency and power at a gap of 20 megahertz. Okay, so once you finish starting from left side to right side, you have noted the frequency versus power variation, right. So once you finish it, once you are at this position, so it is the last reading maybe, then you have to change the filter, right. But before changing the filter, don't forget to switch off the tracking generator. So you bring the tracking generator by pressing shift tracking generator, then you switch it off. So now it is off. Once it is off, you can see it is off now. Then you can change this connectors and you replace this filter with another one. Okay, so this is the procedure for the measurement of the frequency response different type of filters, low pass, high pass, band pass, etc., and also Chebyshev type and Butterworth type. So once you measure the response of all these filters, what you have to do, you have to plot them. Okay, and from the plot you have to determine a few things that I will show you. So if you want to plot it, the y-axis will be the power axis in dBm and x-axis will be the frequency axis in megahertz. So you have already done the experiment and you have all the readings. So you must in a particular graph paper, you have to plot any one of the type, like maybe Butterworth or maybe Chebyshev. Like say this one is say Butterworth. So this is Butterworth type filter, and you have to mention which type of filter you are plotting, right? So this one is say band pass filter. So this is the band pass filter response. So within a particular graph paper, you have to plot Butterworth filter of three types: low pass, band pass, and then high pass, with same frequency and x-axis scaling and y-axis scaling. Okay, so you have low pass filter, then band pass filter, and then high pass filter. So in this way you have to plot it, right? Now once you plot it, what you have to do, you have to determine few things. Like for example, for band pass filter, you have to determine the cutoff frequencies, lower cutoff frequencies and higher cutoff frequencies. So you have to determine cutoff frequencies, right? Also, if we, for band pass filter, if we know the two cutoff frequencies, then we can determine its bandwidth. Okay, so this is bandwidth is only for the band pass filter. For low pass filter and high pass filter, cutoff frequency determination is sufficient. So first of all, I will tell you how to determine the cutoff frequency, right? Also, one thing you must note that this minus 10 dBm is higher power than minus 20 dBm. So your y-axis will be scaled in this way. Okay, don't make minus 50 dBm at the top. Okay, because minus 10 dBm is higher power, minus 20 dBm is lesser, minus 30 dBm is further lesser, and so on. So you have to adjust this scale properly. So what you have to do, you place one scale right here. Okay, just here you place one scale. You place one scale right here and draw an average line, okay, of this pass band. This one is the pass band. Look at this figure. This is the stop band, this is the stop band, and here we have the pass band, right? Because we are getting higher power. And from this point to that point, this point to that point, we have transition. This is first transition and this is the second transition. This is the transition from stop band to pass band, and this is the transition from pass band to stop band. Okay, now we have to determine the average power of this region. So for that, you just place one scale exactly horizontally so that you have equal power in both the sides, right? Then draw a dotted line like this. Okay, suppose this line is say minus 9, just assume, sorry, minus 11, say, right? Now you have to determine, so this is the maximum power or average power of the pass band. Now you have to determine the 3 dB down point. So from minus 11, if we reduce the power by 3 dB, it would be minus 14 dBm. So minus 14 dBm is somewhere here, right? So it is minus 14 dBm. So first locate this point, then place the scale again exactly horizontally and draw a dotted line again like this. right? So this minus 3 dBm line is crossing this curve at say point A and point B, right? This point A is the 3 dB cutoff point, point B is the 3 dB cutoff point, right? Now draw a horizontal line, vertical line from point A and point B. So these two vertical lines is cutting the x-axis or frequency axis at say C point and D point. Okay. The corresponding frequency is say FL, and for this point is say FH. So FL is the lower cutoff frequency, FH is the upper cutoff frequency. Okay. FL is the lower cutoff frequency of this point C. You can measure it from the frequency axis. Okay. So FL is the frequency, lower cutoff frequency, and FH is the higher cutoff frequency, right? So to calculate bandwidth, you just write FH minus FL. That will give you the bandwidth of this particular band pass filter. Again, I am telling that this bandwidth, you have to calculate this bandwidth only for the band pass filters, but for high pass and low pass filters you don't require to calculate the bandwidth. Only thing is that you have to calculate the cutoff frequencies. Okay, procedure will be the same. For example, if we want to get the cutoff frequency of a low pass filter, something like this. Okay, it will be something like this, low pass filter. So you place the scale horizontally. Okay, take an average line, same procedure. Draw the average line like this, and from the average line, okay, so this power is say PM. So select the point with PM minus 3 dB, right? PM minus 3 dB point somewhere here, and then draw another horizontal line, 3 dB down point. So this is the 3 dB down point with the peak value or average value. So this one is A. Then you draw the vertical line. So this vertical line is the frequency axis. This vertical line is crossing this frequency axis at point C. Determine corresponding cutoff frequency from the figure. So this is how we can determine the cutoff frequencies and bandwidth of band pass filter and cutoff frequencies for all the filters, right? For both Butterworth and Chebyshev type of filter, all these 6 filters. Okay. So this is how we perform this experiment.